Hello, everyone. Welcome and happy Friday. The weekend is here. Hopefully, for everyone. Again, maybe you're still working. If you're watching this, welcome. But again, happy weekend. So excited that the weekend is here. Hopefully, you all had a great week and a fun time, whether you were at work, whatever you were doing. I know Heidi's not beside me, I guess on this side. She's on her way back home. She had to go pick something up, and it took a little bit longer than expected. So she's on her way home, which is fun. So she'll be joining me very, very shortly. But I do have a special guest in the back as well, who's going to be joining us. We're going to be like all of us kind of talking about all this stuff. So I'll bring her out in 1 second here, so she's not caught off guard. She's giving me the thumbs up here. I want to make sure that she's ready, but it's my buddy. It's all your buddy, Magically Caitlin.
Hi.
How's it going, buddy?
Good. I was just making sure I was reposting the story. I was like,
Well, I was like, maybe she's on the phone doing something. I don't know. I'm not going to welcome her on if something's going on, but we're so glad that Caitlin is here joining us because we just miss Caitlin and Austin so much. They just got back from their trip and we just want to see them. So we're seeing them virtually here with all of you live on YouTube.
You're seeing the reunion live.
Right. Exactly. Which is so fun. So we're going to look, everybody's freaking out as they should. Caitlin's here.
I was thinking when I was sitting down, I was like, when was the last time I was on a live? And I literally think it was like in the new year. Like, I think it was when it was like us, you guys, and then Brianna and Corey.
Oh, yeah. I think so. Too long. Yeah. I know. I feel like the whole break of me being at Disney kind of messed up the lives. And then I feel like we're kind of getting back into the little routine of all the lives now, which is good. So we'll say hello to everyone in the chat, and then we'll get into kind of what's like going to be going on here for tonight. Like we said, there's no Heidi for now, and Austin's manning over there. He'll be in the chat.
Yeah, we got Austin will be in the chat soon. We're dog sitting right now, so he is watching the dog upstairs.
Yeah.
All the animals, but
all the animals. Kay is here. Welcome. Thanks for being here. Allie is here. Thanks. Welcome. Happy Travel Vlogs is here. Welcome. Thanks for being here. My buddy McKenna is here. Welcome, McKenna. How's it going? Jean says, yeah, hope the hurricane isn't so bad in Orlando. I know that's like scary, crazy stuff. If anyone out there is watching, or if you can't, because I don't even know what's going on there, hopefully everybody's safe if you know anyone there. I know that's like a big thing. It's crazy. So hopefully everybody's okay. Everybody's freaking out. Look, McKenna's so happy. Caitlin, yay. Everybody's stoked. Kim is here.
And I are online besties now, it feels like.
There you go. I love it. Hey.
What?
Stealing McKenna from me.
We just follow each other on TikTok and comment to each other.
I love it. We're all bringing everybody together. I love it.
Yeah.
McKenna's awesome. Caitlin's awesome. But yeah, so we're here to talk about something which, again, every time that we want to do a live, it's always like, what can our topic be? And I feel like we've like ranked everything, done so many things. It's like, what else can you do that's something kind of different? And when I thought about this, I was like, Disney's pretty iconic, and there's lots of moments that are like iconic moments, but like, what is the most iconic Disney moment? And maybe on my list with, again, I do some research and look stuff up, and I think of some off the top of my head. Maybe some that I have in here are not iconic, or I missed some, which is okay. It's kind of hard to get through everything and like include everything, but maybe there'll be some that I missed. Maybe you don't agree with some, which always happens, but we're gonna rank like iconic Disney moments. And the best way to do that is, of course, if you have been around here for a little while, you'll know
it's a bracket.
It is a bracket, and this is like a little, because last time 2 weeks ago we were going to do a bracket and didn't do a bracket because bracket fights wasn't working, and now it is working. So now we're able to do one, which is good because this was a good way to do it. So thank goodness for today. So basically all of these moments, how I've did this, some of them are like a traditional, when you think of something that's iconic and it stands out, things that maybe are like a memorable scene or moment, things that maybe have become like a craze that everybody knows about. There's a lot of things that could be iconic, and I kind of took that into like account when doing these things that I chose. Some things got a buy round, which means that they'll move on farther without having to go up against any. And I did that over on Instagram. I put like a little question box and kind of like wanted to see what people thought. And a lot of those, there's 4 of them that were said like kind of more constantly. Those ones will move on without having to battle anybody out, which is fun. So again, you can like interpret this any way that you want, but we're doing iconic or memorable Disney moments.
Can I just like, can I go rogue here? And can I just say like what I think is going to win? I don't even know what's on your bracket, but can I just say what I think is going to win?
Yeah.
I think, because when I think of iconic Disney moments, the instant that comes into my head is Scar and Mufasa. That is the like top one. That like as soon as I think of that, that's the one I think of.
I know.
And that's not even a favorite movie of mine, but that's like the one I think of.
Well, it is on here, and it is the one that when I put in the story, it was the one that was the most said. Like this, and when you look up like that is one of the most iconic.
That is so funny. See? Okay, well there we go.
Yeah, so there'll be
some other ones. Do the bracket.
Yeah, stream canceled. It's already done. But there are some that are like that aren't as happy, but they're iconic and they stand out. So there's a lot of things on here, and we'll get into those if everybody's ready. T Squiggles here and says OMG, and it's got to be because Caitlin's here for sure. Love it. And McKenna says that we kill her. That we're just making her laugh over there.
Love you, girl.
Love it. And then yeah, we're gonna get this going. Heidi will join. So if Heidi like abruptly pops in here, that's what's up. She'll just be here. But let's get into this. The first pairing, and again, if I missed any, we can critique me after. We can talk about it after. But we're gonna get this going, and I'll kind of explain each of them because I tried to pick like good enough kind of pictures, but then some of them weren't very clear. So again, anyway, we're going to move on. So the first one is Maleficent transforming into a dragon in Sleeping Beauty versus the Flash scene in Zootopia, where he's taking super long and super slow at like the DMV.
Oh my gosh.
Which are kind of very opposite like moments. I don't know if you have initial thoughts, but this is kind of how the bracket's going to be. There's going to be random stuff going on here.
Yeah, I feel like this might be hard to rank certain things because it's like, for example, like I obviously have seen both, but you know, thinking of, I'm like, have I like do I like I know in my head I can think of what the scene looks like in Zootopia, but I'm like, can I think of the one in Sleeping Beauty? And I really can't. So I feel like maybe I'll make my votes based on that. So based on that, I feel like I would vote for Zootopia.
It's fair. I had to like rewatch some of these to make sure that it was like a moment or something, because I was like, I have these kind of in my head and I'm like, is that though like a moment that actually happened? And like, I will say watching her turn into the dragon is like insane. Like she just kind of comes in, she like does this whole spell with all these kind of thorns, and then she just is like standing there like in the path, and she says the line that's in Fantasmic, which is hilarious, where she says, now you'll deal with me. And I was like, whoa. And then she just like turns into this huge massive dragon. So for me, I'm picking that because I think that Disney really uses that and leans into that of her being a dragon, turning into a dragon, which I don't know if that's the way that I'll think of every moment moving forward, but I
that
just
one
think
specifically.
Yeah, like it's kind of like a specifically iconic, like Disney really leans into her turning into a dragon. It's in a whole show. So yeah, that'll be my vote, which is again Zootopia, love it, and it's iconic. But for me, it's going to be the Maleficent dragon, and I think so far people agree. Kim agrees. Yep. So does T Squiggle and Allie. Happy Travel Vlogs is voting for the DMV. McKenna says Mommy Maleficent, and Tacey and Kay agree. So again, we got a lot of votes for Maleficent, which I never preface this if you're just hopping in. How this works is all of you in the chat will get a vote, and then myself and Caitlin will get a vote, and then we'll tally those up, and then whichever one is the winner will move on. And I don't have my sidekick here, Heidi, to be writing this down. So if they're close, I'll just kind of go through the chat. You know what I'm saying?
We'll figure it out, Brandon. Between the two of our brain cells, we'll figure it out.
Hopefully. So Maleficent is going to be the first one to move on, her transforming into a dragon. Next up, Pull the Lever, Kronk versus Ariel singing Part of Your World and going up on the rock with the waves.
Ooh, that's a hard one.
Tough one. Very different. I know. I will say that one of these is more kind of iconic in the way that people quote the Pull the Lever, Kronk, and it's like a whole thing. But like aesthetically, like her going up on the rock is like super iconic.
And let me tell you, every little girl born in the 90s or 80s, they were doing Ariel in the pool.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
And I
Probably
didn't know.
And little boys.
Yeah. I didn't know which one to pick because again, like some movies have multiple ones in here, but then other ones I was like, I kind of got to pick between two. And the two that people kept on saying was her up on the rock or her doing like the hair flip.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know which one's more iconic. So I picked this one because I feel like this is like very visually her going up and I don't know. Like I think it's more kind of grand, you know?
I agree.
So I'm gonna pick her going up on the rock.
I am too.
Which again, for me, I'm not a big Ariel person, which we all kind of know. But I just think that again, on like the scale of like grand Disney moments, I think that would have to be my pick, you know?
Yeah, for sure. I agree.
Nothing. Oh, look. Hey, I want to say this now, Austin, because I don't know if maybe he said this because he just wanted to say it, but my whole joke at the intro was saying my buddy, your buddy, you, which was a thing from Laugh Floor, and Austin says hello humans.
That's funny. He wouldn't have even saw that either.
There
Look
we
at
go.
You guys on the same wavelength.
On the same wavelength. I love it. Austin's here. Welcome, Austin. Thanks for being here. But let's see what everyone else has to say. Happy Travel Vlogs is voting for Ariel. Tacey's voting for Kronk. So is T Squiggle and Allie and McKenna because of the jokes. Kay also is voting for Pull the Lever. Brianna is here. Welcome. Thanks for being here. Is voting for Ariel. Kim votes for Pull the Lever. Austin votes for Ariel. And Callie is here. Welcome, buddy. Thanks for being here. I love that picture. So great. And Austin didn't hear that. See, we're just on the same wavelength, me and you, buddy. I love it. So I think that's a Pull the Lever, Kronk.
I wasn't counting.
Between the two of us, we can figure it out, but clearly not. All right, we got 1, a 2, a 3, and a 4 and a 5 because we both voted for Ariel. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for Pull That Lever, Kronk.
Who's in the chat? Somebody put Ariel.
You just want Ariel to move on? We'll give it one more second because Callie's here and didn't vote. Maybe she has no idea what we're voting on. Oh, wow. Brandon actually having to work is crazy. Pay Heidi more.
Make him be a stay-at-home man.
You're so funny. No, yeah.
That's what she's saying.
I know. Exactly. McKenna's so funny. But Pull the Lever, Kronk is our winner. Moving on. Beating out Ariel. Very crazy.
Here we go.
Already off to, and she votes Kronk.
Oh,
sorry. Callie's here voting for Kronk. See? Sorry. And
Here
Allie's
we go.
LOL. All right. Moving on. Pull the Lever, Kronk. The next one is Carl's House and Up actually floating, like through the air, versus Mama Coco remembering the song Remember Me in Coco, which I knew nothing about, but it was on every list that I looked up as like a moment. And I guess that it's he sings it to her and then she like remembers the song, and like the guy who wrote the song wrote it for her so she would never forget him.
Right. And then she remembers him so then he doesn't disappear.
Yeah. So I needed a
Sorry for the spoilers, everybody.
I was gonna say I needed a whole crash course, and now so did you. Which again, I think that's like a tearjerker.
Yeah.
There is another thing from Up in this bracket because which maybe we all know what it is, and it's kind of an opening scene. But I put this on here with the house because I think again, the house flying is super iconic and they use it for a lot of things. And I think it is a moment in an animated movie where it's like very visual. Like it's all these balloons lifting a house off the ground.
Yeah, and it's also just like, again, it's like little things like that show the animation
Yes.
in Disney that is just cool. It's like you think of the balloons in the Up House, you think of like Rapunzel's hair and like how
Yeah.
many strands of hair they've had to animate and whatever. So yeah. Also, I'm gonna be so self-conscious because this is so random. I had a comment on a video recently that somebody
Yeah.
just commented on how much I say like.
Oh,
So I'm gonna try my best to not say like a lot, but it's just gonna happen. But I vote for the Up House.
so do I. I say like all the time, so don't feel bad. I have to, or else I'm gonna not be able to speak. So it
Yeah.
happens. But I'm gonna say the Up House again. I know that Coco's like emotional, and I'm sure that watching this back, it's like so like hits you in the feels. But to me, of like an iconic moment is like the house being lifted off the ground, super iconic, super awesome. Like you said, I think that like part of what makes these moments iconic is like the animation. And I think that like all those like little colorful balloons all over the house, beautiful.
Yeah.
As I say, like a bunch of times. Casey votes for Up. Happy Travel Vlogs is voting for Mama Coco. Kay is voting for Up as well. Ali says this is a hard one. It is. I think that a lot of these will be hard as we move on for sure. Brianna says the Up House. McKenna, she says the same because it's so beautiful. Ali votes for Up. T Squiggle is a sucker for Up. So am I. I'm a big sucker for Up. I could just cry right now. Kim votes Up. So does Austin, and so does Callie. If anyone is just hopping in and joining us, we're ranking in a bracket Disney's iconic moments. So give this a thumbs up. And if you're new, consider sticking around, and then we'll do all the stuff at the end, talking about Caitlin's channel because there's so much to look forward to over there. So I love it. But we're gonna have the Up House moving on in the first round. Next up, all of the princesses in that scene in Ralph Breaks the Internet versus Bambi being left alone because something happened to Bambi. Mother. Had to put again, it's like you said with like the Mufasa, it's like sad and horrible, but this is like iconic for
It's
like
memorable. Yeah.
yes, it's so sad.
Yeah.
And I wanted to put this one on here for Ralph Breaks the Internet because like that's pretty crazy having all these characters in one scene like that,
Yep. I agree.
So I'm gonna vote for that, which kind of I think maybe is not the logical
What?
one. The Ralph Breaks the Internet
Oh, yeah.
princesses. Because I just think like I'm a sucker for like putting a bunch of characters all together. That's why like I love Marvel so much, is all these
Yeah.
characters that can be together. And I think seeing all these princesses, even if a lot of their styles are very like odd because they're now all this like new animation, I just think it's so cool. Like that whole picture, there's all these iconic characters in one picture. So I will vote for the princess scene.
I will vote the same. Because
Yeah.
I agree. I think it was pretty cool when it was like when you get to see them all together and you were kind of like, oh, that's so cool. Like
Yep.
the Bambi scene is sad, but it's not one that I think of when I think of like a memorable
Moment. Yeah.
moment in
Yeah.
Disney movies as a whole, like all Disney movies. If you
Yep.
were to say what's the most memorable moment in Bambi, I would probably say that.
Yep.
But
Yeah. So the princesses is our vote. McKenna says Ralph Breaks the Internet was so wild. I like don't really have any recollection of that movie or the first one, but I like know like bits and pieces of it. And I was looking up something for like a future live stream, which I can share later, but basically one of the live streams coming up soon is going to be like ranking Disney plot twists, like things that happened that was like whoa moments. And
mhm.
one of them was from Wreck-It Ralph, and I was like, I don't remember that. King Candy or whatever is like the turbo racer.
The glitch or what? Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so it's like there's a lot of these things in movies that I don't know, but this princess scene is one that I always know is from that movie. Like it sticks out to me.
yeah.
So Allie's voting the princesses, so is Tacey, also with the hashtag sorry, not sorry from Allie. Callie says Bambi, I'm anti-Ralph, which is very funny. Brianna votes for Bambi, happy travel vlogs, and Gracie is here. Welcome. Thanks for being here. Votes for princesses. Look at that icon in that picture there when I pull it up. Oh my gosh. I love it. T Squiggle votes for Bambi. Austin votes the princesses. McKenna says Callie hating women is wild. So funny. And she said anti-Ralph. Come on, McKenna, get it straight. Anti-Ralph. The princesses. Moving on, I think. A lot of votes for the princesses.
I'd say.
I'd say yeah. So
I'm not counting, but I'd say so.
Exactly. Iconic moment, the princesses. Next up, the ballroom scene in Beauty and the Beast, where they're dancing around the ballroom, and there's like those cool camera shots of them moving around.
Mhm.
Or this was specific for Heidi because she says that this turned the Cars franchise around with Lightning McQueen's character, and it's when he helps this racer, the King, push him across the finish line, which I think is pretty iconic that he would give up a race. This character who does not ever want to do that did it, which I think is a turning point. I think it's a tough draw here, which again, this is all random. I kind of stick them all in.
No, I know. I was just about to call you out and be like, how on earth could you put these against each other on the first round? But I know it's random. But no, this is a hard one because I agree with both of them. It's like the Beauty and the Beast dance, like that is like ultimately like one of the big ones.
Yeah.
But I do think like pivotal moment of Lightning McQueen's character is.
I'm loving the commentary. Look, being attacked, not tough. Get out here. Yeah. I think that maybe again, if we're ranking like iconic moments, I would say that it's the Beauty and the Beast one. It's so beautiful and so stunning, and I think is a really good culmination. I do think though that like an underrated thing is like Lightning McQueen is like a character who's not nice and doesn't care. And this kind of really turned him around, which I think is really beautiful. And this is a moment that I kind of forgot about, that Heidi really said, like from watching the movie on the plane to Disneyland really stuck out to her. So I put it in here. But I think it's a tough draw here in the first round to go up against this iconic scene from Beauty and the Beast. So I'm going to vote for Beauty and the Beast.
I am also going to vote for Beauty and the Beast because I agree. But I will say it is a tough call.
A toughie. Where are we at here? McKenna says Lightning McQueen character arc. Hashtag hate chick Hicks. Yes. Austin says Beauty and the Beast. Kay agrees. Tacey is swerving, taking cars. Allie's voting for Beauty and the Beast. Gracie as well. For sure. So magical. Callie votes for Beauty and the Beast. Austin says, what's your favorite moment from Cars? No, it's not. It's so funny. There he is. Oh, look.
The man himself.
He can call us out in person now instead of in the chat. Is that why he's here?
Because the dogs are barking.
Yeah, okay. I will.
You could say what you want to say.
I was just going to say, you just said about Bambi, how if that would be your favorite moment from Bambi, and then you go, oh, but this is the best moment from Cars. You can't vote for Cars.
No, but
it's the same point.
Did I vote for Cars?
You didn't vote yet. So
I said Beauty and the Beast. Maybe you were on your way down here when I said that.
The cameo. I love it. I just love Caitlin and Austin like so much. Oh my god.
We love you.
That's my most iconic Disney moment, is meeting on the internet.
Truly.
Belle, my girl, says Brianna. Kim votes Beauty and the Beast. T Squiggle, and Happy Travel Vlogs. So everybody except I think maybe McKenna voted for that as well, and Tacey. Everybody's voting for Beauty and the Beast.
Yep.
The ballroom scene. Moving on. Next up, we don't talk about Bruno. Iconic number and like craze, I think, versus Bing Bong saying "Take her to the moon for me." A tearjerker. These are polar opposites. I don't know what you think.
Well, I feel like, okay, this is my opinion. Okay, everybody. Yep. First watch through of Encanto, I didn't love it. Like, I was just kind of like, okay, whatever, that was okay. And then I watched it again and I was like, oh, okay, it's good. And then the songs get stuck in your head.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, whenever I think of like sad Disney moments, I'm like, oh, Bing Bong disappearing into the abyss is freaking sad.
So sad.
So that, like, to me is the most, that's my vote, is Bing Bong.
Yeah.
Who's your friend that likes to play? And then he just
and he's like, take her to the moon for me. And you're like, oh my gosh, like it is.
And his little like homeless man attire.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
I think that it's one of those things, and again, I think that McKenna maybe said it. Like I think that like that moment really showcases like a part of her going away, which is her being like a kid. And that's crazy to
Mhm.
me. Like I never noticed that or realized that. And then now, like when you're like an adult, it's like, oh, that's what that means. Is her like imaginary friend is just gone.
Yeah.
So this one is hard. I think for me, oh, this is hard because I
Like,
think
come
that
on. The song of Bruno is obviously catchy, but it's like,
yeah,
can you tell me what goes on in that moment?
I like Encanto, I think more than most people do, but I think for me, when I think of like again, like the most iconic in this way, saddest Disney moments, it's got to be Bing Bong. So I think like with that logic, I'm gonna vote for the Bing Bong moment because it is one of those things that like sticks out. Like if I think of Inside Out, every time I think of Bing Bong, and he's not even a main character, but I just
Yeah.
always love him and think of him. So
Yeah.
I will vote for Bing Bong, even though I think that we don't talk about Bruno as like an iconic whole moment. I'm still gonna pick Bing Bong. So where are we at here? Also T Squiggle was voting for her Beastie Boy, which I know that you love the Beast, which is great. AJ's here. Welcome. Thanks for being here. Says take her to the moon. Gracie votes for Bing Bong. So does Tacy and T Squiggle with the sobbed. Same. I can still.
Also, notice how everybody has either the sobbing emoji or sobbed.
Yeah. Brianna votes for Bing Bong. McKenna says we don't talk about Bruno is so wild. Bing Bong leaving Riley was a good idea because I feel like she would like the grass because of his name. I don't really. Am I
What?
am I confused? Sorry, McKenna. And then just
McKenna, reword that.
anyway, Encanto, lol, which is so funny. Kay votes for Bing Bong, so does Ali. Callie votes for Bruno. Happy Travel Vlogs votes Encanto. Austin votes for Bing Bong, so does Kim. And then T Squiggle says, take her to the moon for me is the next tattoo that I'm getting with all the colors of emotions underneath.
Aw,
That's cute.
that's sweet.
I love that. So with that being said, perfect way to end it is that Bing. Oh, McKenna.
Oh my God.
Crazy for that, McKenna. Bing Bong. Moving on. Next up is Where's My Super Suit versus
Oh,
the Hi Ho walking across the bridge. I'm voting
wow,
for
these are tough.
I'm voting Where's My Super Suit.
Yeah, I
That
quote that on a daily,
yeah, and
not
it's like
weekly,
yeah, like
monthly, maybe monthly.
it is like if you were to say like it's kind of like the Bing Bong thing where his whole thing is like he dies. Like Frozone's most memorable moment is this Where's My Super Suit.
But that's his most memorable moment.
I know. But and walking
No,
across
yeah, I'm changing mine.
what do you
I'm
going?
saying hi ho
Yeah.
because that's a pretty like regular old people when they're going to work they say hi
You're right.
ho it's
Uh-huh.
off to work, you know?
You're
A
right.
lot of people know that. I feel like the where's my super suit is like a niche Disney community.
That's
You know what I
fair.
mean? Like if you've seen a
That's
Disney
fair.
movie like you're like, "Oh yeah,
Yeah.
maybe you quote that." But I
Yeah.
feel like iconic the
Like,
hi ho song.
that's fair.
The whole like the whole
Walking across the
yeah,
log and it's all them together. Yeah, you're right.
yeah.
I might have to swerve based on that because I guess from here so far, I've been kind of voting your logic for
Based
high
on
low, and now I just want to switch to super suit because I like that. But if we're talking about iconic Disney moments, the dwarfs walking across the log is pretty
yeah, it's not your favorite, it's the most iconic.
iconic. And there's another moment from Snow White on here because again, of every list that I looked up, it was like at the top of everything because it like set the stage for kind of what a prince and princess story is. Um so I'm gonna switch and I'm gonna do hi ho also because I would agree, Caitlin. You
Heck
switched
yeah.
my thought process. Even though super suit, I love that. I hope that there's like some kind of something in the next movie, Incredibles 3. All right. Where are we at? McKenna is voting for super suit. So is Tacy and Allie. T Squiggle says, "Oh, super suit for sure. I love Snow White, but come on. Oh, there we go. Another vote for super suit." Callie agrees as well. Brianna votes for Snow White. Kim votes for super suit. Alexis votes for Snow White. And welcome, Alexis. Thanks for being here. Kay votes for Hi Ho. Happy travel vlogs as well. And AJ says, as much as I quote, "Where's my super suit?" iconic wise, I would say Hi Ho because it pioneered everything. Yeah. A lot of these again are like a one moment, but obviously that is like an overarching song. But I specifically just put like them on the bridge or this little log, because that's like the visual that I think that you get is them walking across. So and McKenna says, whose phone's going wild?
It was mine. I'm so sorry. My mom is trying to text me. She's asking. I had to order glasses for her, and she's making sure she's not getting scammed on her MasterCard.
I was looking because Heidi is here walking in a minute, and she looked at me as it was dinging, and I was like, "Is my phone dinging? Is she like trying to text me something?" And then I look, and I was like,
and then Austin texts me and goes, "Your phone's going wild." Okay. You can hear it on here.
That's funny. I'm gonna scooch this way.
Hi.
Speaking of iconic,
Finally,
I miss you.
Oh, we're matching purple.
Yeah.
Purple.
Miss you.
It makes me think of.
Sorry, I'm late.
I quote this on the daily now. Ever since Caitlin and Austin came here, I go like, so this would be me and you in purple.
Oh
like,
yeah. Brandon and Heidi in purple. Do you remember what that's
get
from?
that or no?
Did I say that?
Yeah, but you said it with this one character on a game that we were playing.
What was that? What was that? I know what you're talking about. What was that?
Anyway, it was in Super Smash Bros. And you said Isabel in purple.
Yes.
We say it all the time now.
Me and Heidi always say it now, so we'd say Heidi in purple. Oh yeah, cheers to the Awala.
Yeah, I drank yours at first.
Caitlin too. Awala, cheers.
Voila.
But no, that's always on the daily is a quote of in whatever color.
Purple. That's so funny. I forgot about that.
So good. Which one would you vote on, Heidi? The Hi Ho walking across the log, or where's my super suit?
The Hi Ho.
There you go.
Have you been keep track?
Yes. Oh.
No.
Loosely.
I heard. Yeah, I
Loosely.
heard. I was listening when I was driving.
McKenna and Callie and everybody. Look, everybody's so happy. They're all
Hello,
saying, "Hey,
thank
hi."
you.
They're saying, finally.
Yeah.
Somebody who can keep this thing in check.
They're like, not Brandon.
I need
by himself.
I forgot to get my.
That's why they were so
tally
excited
bowl.
that Caitlin was here, because they were like,
tally bowl.
when they saw me pop up alone, probably everybody's like,
Log off.
we had a whole summer of this. We don't need this again. There we go. See, the official counters here. I love that name for you, Heidi.
Yeah, the two of us are just like, yeah, feels like.
We're like, give or take a few, sure. Gabe votes for Super Suit, and AJ is watching this with their Awala. It's the only way that I can drink water. I love
The way I read that was like they were watching it from the Awala.
So funny. And look, everyone loves your new Awala.
Thank you, everyone. I love it as well.
Love
it's
it.
Great color.
So Hi Ho is moving on. Next up, we have the Carl and Ellie beginning of Up versus Dishonor on You, Dishonor on Your Whatever, and Dishonor on Your Cow from Mulan.
Okay.
Which is interesting. Again, I think that it's hard because some of these are like longer moments. Others are like a one-time thing. I think though that the beginning of Up is so iconic. It's like the music, and it like is just one of those things, like a sad moment again. Up, like intro, you know?
Yeah, I agree.
Which Dishonor on Your Cow is a very funny thing. I put it in here because it was again on some lists out there, but I think it's the Up intro. What about you?
I'm also gonna vote for the Up intro. This was the debate before we started because Brandon was asking me on a few of them, and I was like, I feel like it's hard to know like what moments are, because this feels like more than a moment. It feels like a montage.
Yeah.
But I'm still gonna vote for it because I like it. It's
fair. I feel like as it moves on, like I'm gonna switch how I vote. I just think in this draw, like the Dishonor one's not strong enough to go up against a whole montage as like a moment. But again, like every Disney movie probably has an iconic moment. Like there's no way that we could put them all in. So some of these I just kind of thought of in my head, and then of course like looking up online. But some movies do have multiple ones. Other ones that aren't on here, like obviously still do have iconic moments. But I just wanted to say that now, that again, who knows how this will take a turn. But for now, little moment.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, and look, it's happening. People are saying the squad is here, guys.
Hey.
Welcome. Oh my goodness.
Live from Disney World.
I was gonna say reporting
Live.
live. Brianna Tata, welcome. Well, and not even
No.
Brianna. I was gonna say
Wrong.
That's what I was gonna say. Brianna Woodbine. Congrats. Love it. Everyone give some congrats to the happy couple newlyweds. This will be them next. Peyton
Let's
and
get
Bill.
some wedding bells in the chat, everybody.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
real.
Yeah, wedding bells.
For real wedding bells. I just want to make sure that I don't lose. Oh, right here.
Wait, so we're voting 3.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes, we have a vote for Mulan from Allie. T Squiggles voting for Up. Tacey and Kim are voting for Up as well. Brianna votes for Carl and Ellie. So does McKenna. Alexis is voting for the dishonor on your cow. Kay votes for Carl and Ellie. T Squiggles saying hashtag couple goals. Gabe votes for Up. And the squad is here. Like we said, look, everyone's saying welcome. And the honeymoon cruiser. Love it. Look, reporting live from the Poly with the resort mug.
Wow.
Beautiful.
What a life.
What a moment. Iconic Disney moment.
Yeah.
Another one.
And then Mulan, favorite movie, but this one goes to Carl and Ellie. There we go. I respect it. And we miss you too, Brianna. We were saying because Caitlin earlier said when's the last time that she was on live, and she said that it was probably that one of all of us all together, which is insane.
Yeah.
A while ago.
That was way too long.
But to be fair, like
that's what I said. We were away. So again, you guys are all welcome anytime. If you want to come on, you were
gone.
Literally during a live, you can be like, "Hey, can we come on?" And we'll send a link and you'll hop on. You know,
any of you do that.
Yeah.
And then McKenna says that Callie's Nova Scotia internet is being silly, but she votes for Carl and Ellie. And Brianna says, "Oh wait, I vote for the cow."
Nice.
Love it. So Carl and Ellie, those moving on.
Yeah.
In this round. Next up, we have, again, we're doing this whole side of the bracket, and there will be 2 of them that we haven't seen yet that are getting a bye. Okay.
I see, that felt quick.
Yeah, and then we'll do the other side. So this is Maleficent turning into a dragon versus Pull the Lever Kronk for an iconic Disney moment. It's tough.
This is challenging.
I am going to stick with what I voted the first time, and I'm voting for her turning into the dragon because, as I said earlier, Disney uses that so often, and it is like a quintessential Disney moment is Maleficent and turning into a dragon. It's like, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's my vote.
What do you think, Caitlin?
I don't know. I honestly feel like between the 2 of these, I'm just kind of like meh about both. Like I know Pull the Lever is like icon, like it's like, that quote is said a lot.
Yeah.
I do feel like though iconic movie moments would be Maleficent for me.
Fair.
That's what I'm voting for.
I'm gonna go. I don't have a tie to either one of these movies or moments personally.
Yep.
So I'm gonna go with Pull the Lever Kronk because everyone all over TikTok is doing it. So I guess it's making it more iconic, and that's why I'm picking it.
Yeah, it's an iconic moment from a movie that's not very it's not like it's like a super big movie. Like it's one of those that like people love, but it's not usually at the top of every person's list. But this is clearly like an iconic line and moment. And this is quintessential of like a moment. Like that is a moment. It's like a small little second. But we'll see what everyone else has to say. Where are we here? Pull the lever all the way, says Brianna. I love it. T Squiggle's voting for Pull the Lever. So is Alexis and Gabe and Tacey. Everybody. Allie is also voting for Pull the Lever. Kim and Callie are voting for Maleficent. Brianna's voting for the lever. Alexis also votes for wrong lever. McKenna votes for Maleficent. And then Brianna says, why do we even have that lever? True. I'd love to know.
So that's the quote.
Oh, I know, but I'm saying,
oh my gosh.
But I'm saying, why is there even that lever? I would love to know that. If it's the wrong one, why is there the wrong one? It's not a good lever, you know?
But that's what she says in the movie.
I know. Clearly, it's not iconic to me.
You didn't know?
I did, but I'm just saying I'm not.
Nah, he's playing it off.
No, I said it like originally because again, why is that wrong lever there? Maleficent for K,
No comment.
and AJ votes for Pull the Lever. And T Squiggle's still waiting for us on the podcast to watch Emperor's New Groove.
What did you say for K?
Is voting for
Oh,
Maleficent.
Maleficent. Yeah. I'm so confused at what your statement was.
Waiting for us to watch
Not
Emperor's New
listening
Groove.
well.
And then Alexis, which I didn't pull up earlier, wants us to do that live again with all of us.
Get everyone on. Get
Let's
everyone
do
on.
it. Pick a date and we're there. Let's do it. Which one's moving on, Heidi? Pull the lever?
Pull the lever, yeah.
Wow.
I erased it.
Good job. Pull the lever is moving on. Next up, the Up House floating with the balloons versus all of the princesses in Ralph Breaks the Internet.
I think I'm going to vote for the princesses because I think for Up, the other moment is more iconic.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
It makes sense. Again, this is where I'm shifting my thought process, but for this one specifically for now is like I'm going to vote for the princess also because it's iconic in the way that they did that and got all those characters together. Because I think that like the princesses is a thing where I think like Disney never really does stuff like that. And I think that the princesses is like a sacred Disney thing that you would never want to like change or mess up or like add to anything. Like, but the fact that they were willing to like get all these old princesses and new ones and put them all together in a newer movie, I think is pretty iconic. So I'm going to vote for the princesses.
Nice. I'm going to vote for, let's see here. I think I'm going to vote for the princesses as well. Just because, like Caitlin said, I think there's other parts that are more iconic. I don't know. The house is iconic in itself. Like, and I know, I think you said earlier, someone said earlier that the house is like used in a lot of like Disney stuff, which I agree with. But I just think, like you're also saying, all the princesses is just cool.
It is.
So,
yeah. Like I just
look at them.
love
They're
this.
All so cute.
It is cute.
You have to keep thinking of movie iconic moments, not what's iconic in the movie. It's movie,
Yeah.
Which is that.
And I wish that Disney did more stuff like that because I love that. I think it's so cool. Like again, that's why, like I said, I love like the Avengers and Marvel. Yeah, because it's like a crossover. That's why like stuff like even like a Phantasmic when it's like all of like these iconic like bad guys there like is awesome. I think it's so cool. Yeah. So
it's like whenever we would watch Disney Channel growing up and it would be like the That's So Sweet Life of Hannah Montana. Like those are iconic.
That is iconic for sure. So all of us are in agreement with the princesses. And we'll see what everyone else has to say. T Squiggle's voting up, up, up. Kim as well. And Kay and Brianna and Gabe all voting for up. Tacey is voting for the princesses. So is McKenna. Callie's voting for up because she doesn't like Ralph. She's anti-Ralph, which is very funny. Allie votes for the princesses. Callie, like I said, anti-Ralph. Alexa says, I think that Kevin as a girl is more iconic. So princesses. That's true.
No, that's true. Because when they're like, Kevin's a girl, and it's like, what?
Yeah. Crazy.
Maybe they'll be in the plot.
I was gonna say that could be in a Disney plot twist that I didn't know that Kevin was a girl.
Oh, that's good.
Courtney says, hi, love the princesses. Welcome. Thanks for being here. I love the princesses too. I just think that this picture is so cute. It's so fun. AJ is with Caitlin on this one. The opening of Up is more iconic, and getting all the princesses' voices on the same project was huge. So Team Princess, and Austin votes for Up. Does that make it close? A little bit.
Yeah.
But still, the princesses are moving on. Next up, the Beauty and the Beast ballroom scene versus Bing Bong and saying, take her to the moon for me, and then fading away.
What's the what exactly is encompassing in the scene? Is that when there's
it's just like the like Taylor's oldest time, and it's and then it, like there's like a lot of camera shots and they're twirling around, and it's like really it's this very grand, beautiful scene.
Yeah. Okay. I just remember like in old like Disney VHS and Disney DVD promos, like I just remember that like the pan of like you see the whole ballroom when they're dancing, like So to me, like at this point I have to vote for Beauty and the Beast. Like for that, like again, it's like one of those things that Disney knows it's an iconic scene. People like they literally made a freaking restaurant so that you could eat in that room, you know, like so I would vote for Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, I think that they're both very different moments. One is very beautiful, one is so sad and gut-wrenchingly sad. But I'm gonna say for like iconic in that movie, like the Beauty and the Beast scene is beautiful. And it's like this culmination of these two people who like you never think would be together. And it's just this whole story led to this moment where it's like he's a bit different now because she's kind of made him better, and they share this dance, and it's like very grand. I think it's super iconic, and like you said, Caitlin, I think that Disney knows it is, and they always use it for stuff.
And
so
like also like when the average person, if you were to say, what do you think of when you think of Beauty and the Beast? That like I feel like most people would be like, oh, Belle in her ballroom dress and like Beast like that. And it's like if you were to say what's the thing you think of with Inside Out, it's like, oh, they're like the emotions or whatever, right? Like
sure, yeah.
I'm not hating on Bing Bong. I like trust me.
I know.
I know. I'm just, saying.
Big Bing Bong hater over there.
No, I have him upstairs in my room.
I know, I'm just kidding. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. So funny. What about you, Heidi? It's just when you look at him, it's so sad.
I want to pick Bing Bong.
Pick him.
But Austin's saying, get out of here.
Well, no. Hey, everybody.
Who cares what Austin says?
I'm going to pick Bing Bong because I think it's an iconic moment because he saves the day and
sacrifices
his life for everyone. So
yeah, if he didn't do that, nothing would happen.
Exactly. So I'm going to pick it, but I'm putting some respect on Beauty and the Beast's name because before I used to be a hater. I'm not a hater anymore.
I also thought of this because now that we're going to do this plot twist or like OMG moment,
this could be a
that is one, because then Joy is like, woo, we did it, and it's like, oh my gosh,
we did a Bing Bong.
That is one. I have to put that in.
Write these down.
I have to write that down.
Yeah, start writing them down.
I'm gonna write
for
down
sure.
That
That is one, because that, and maybe we can get some suggestions later, because
I
was gonna tease it at the end. I don't know the other ones, but
Kevin.
Oh yeah, Kevin being a girl. All right, so we'll see what the chat has to say. We know what Austin has to say.
2-1, yeah.
AJ is voting for Beauty and the Beast. McKenna also votes for Beauty and the Beast. Can't blame Belle for real. McKenna is so funny. Tacey votes for Bing Bong. Callie votes for Beauty and the Beast. Alexis and Courtney and Kay all voting for Bing Bong. Olivia, welcome. Thanks for being here. Is voting for Bing Bong. T Squiggle says, as much as I love Beauty and the Beast, I have to vote for Bing Bong. No Disney moment has invoked more emotion from me. I love that.
Shocking.
Alexis says, R.I.P. my king. Kim votes for Beauty and the Beast. Gabe as well. And Allie and Brianna. And then Austin says, yeah, no one's thinking of Bing Bong, and says, good point, honey. And then says, get him out of here. And Callie says that my boyfriend is also here, and he votes for Beauty and the Beast. I didn't know Callie had a boyfriend. Congrats, Callie.
Wow.
What's it called?
Dropping the news.
Dropping the news in the live chat. And Austin has AJ cracking up.
Hard launch. That's
hard launch, yeah, for sure. In the chat,
in the sunny.
Always sunny.
Oh yeah, always sunny.
Either one, sunny times 2, whatever you want to say.
Whatever it is.
Which one's moving on, Heidi? Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast. Yep, it's close though.
Moving on close. Next up, Hi Ho versus the Up thing. Again. These are both, I guess, kind of on the level of more of like a prolonged longer moment, but this one's hard for me for no real reason. I don't know why. What about you guys?
It is tough because I think, again, like when you think of, like, I feel like that picture right there with the dwarfs is like
huge,
iconic, and you think of that up there, you can't see it. But then Up just has so much because it's like a whole big thing and you're crying at the end of it. So it's like, what is the correct choice? But I'm going to go with like what I think is like a moment. And because I don't think that this Carl and Ellie whole entire montage is a moment, I'm going to pick Hi Ho.
I am also gonna pick Hi Ho. Because again, for the reason I said before, it's like the average person literally quotes that moment of a song or of a movie.
True.
You know what I mean? They're like, "Oh, hi ho, it's off to where can I go?" Like people literally quote that.
I this is hard for me for no reason. Again, I just think
Go with your heart.
I'm gonna vote for Carl and Ellie only because I think that it is like, again, a very like of sad Disney moments, super high up there. The music again adds a lot, and I just think like showing their whole story, and then like it kind of making Carl who he is.
Rub it in.
Oh yeah, it's so sad. Don't talk about it.
Iconic, and I'm gonna pick.
Iconic.
I'm gonna pick that, even though Hi Ho again is like a legendary moment. It's like it's like a super like foundational pillar of Disney animation, you know. But I'll pick Carl and Ellie. Well, yeah, I'm just both sides. I also love that McKenna says, "I can't believe she hard launched on the last stream." So funny. Gabe votes for up. So does Kay and Allie, and McKenna says that Carl and Ellie make her believe in love. 4 for up.
3.
Tacey and Kim and Olivia and T Squiggle all voting for the up opening.
Gosh.
Callie as well. Brianna says this is hard, but so many people in general quote Hi Ho all the time, so I'll go with that. Just like you said, Caitlin. Love it. Courtney also votes for Hi Ho. Alexis is voting for Hi Ho, so her vote wasn't for. Oh no, I didn't say her name yet. It's picking Hi Ho. Who's cutting onions I love. And AJ says that this one is very hard. But going back to what Caitlin said, Hi Ho, because of the like association and all the kind of like the old stuff with the VHS.
Yep.
And McKenna says that don't worry, that her and Callie are here for the chaos. So we're good on that. Which is the winner, Heidi?
Up.
These two.
Wow.
Next up, again, before I think that the 2 buy rounds will come in eventually, because they're going to go up. I think of the winner of this and the next one is Pull the Lever Kronk versus the princess scene in Ralph Breaks the Internet. Tough.
I'm voting the princess scene. I am not letting this Kronk lever go by one more round. It's driving me nuts.
Caitlin's sad because it beat out the aerial going up on the rock. The Pull the Lever.
That's crazy.
Yeah. That is pretty wild.
People I think, like, look, Emperor's New Groove is one of those like, I
Get
guess,
out of here.
Underrated. I'm voting for the princesses also because I think, again, from my previous statement, like bringing all these characters together is iconic.
Let me say Kronk. Because the TikToks.
Kronk.
Goodness.
And
what?
No, it's all these. It's just a bunch of millennials. That's why. It's because we all watched it growing up.
And I was gonna say this is us old folk here trying to not me and you.
I'm like the same age.
I know, but
We're
I know.
all the same age, you weirdo.
But I
Brandon's not.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
not.
you're older.
And you're like an old soul, Caitlin.
Yeah, but the Ralph is the younger movie.
I know, but I'm saying you're like your logic has switched me of like iconic moments and stuff, and I feel like that you're like you think that way, you know.
Gotcha.
Tacey's voting for Kronk, so is Kim and T Squiggle. Pull the lever. Kay and Alexis and Callie all voting for Kronk. So is Gabe. McKenna votes for the princesses. Tyler, welcome. Thanks for being here. Is voting for Kronk. Hopefully you're staying safe down there, Tyler. In Florida. Hopefully everything's good. Courtney votes for Kronk. Olivia votes for the princesses. T Squiggle says, Caitlin, this is your exact logic, though.
But I guess I just didn't realize how many people thought that this is like an iconic movie moment.
Yeah.
When you think of a Disney movie, you think pull the lever, Kronk.
Maybe. I guess so.
I guess so.
I'm just loving Austin. Brianna votes for Kronk. So does Allie and Austin and Callie's boyfriend, which she hard launched on the street.
Goodness gracious.
Voting for Kronk. And Austin says that both should be gone by now, but oh well. There you go. Pull the lever. Kronk is moving on. Next up, Beauty and the Beast Ballroom versus Carl and Ellie. This is where I'm going to go like swerve, and I'm going to do the Beauty and the Beast moment. Because it's grand and beautiful and like is a culmination at the end of the movie. which again, I know that like the up scene is like showing all these things happen, but I just think like singular moment now, if I have to be nitpicky, I'll pick that moment right there.
Oui, I agree. I think the same thing. I have to stay true to myself.
So you're picking the Beauty and the
because
Beast?
I have to, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's not what I like.
That's fair.
It's iconic.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
What about you, Caitlin?
I'm voting Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
Iconic movie moment. Disney movie. Classic. I'm irritated. You know?
Caitlin wants 5 votes for her 1 vote.
All we need is.
Oh, wait. Do you guys each get a vote?
Yeah.
I'm counting your vote.
All right, just checking.
If there's anyone who's good with like a Photoshop editor, put Caitlin on like Yzma Kronk pulling the lever and send it to her. Caitlin,
Don't you dare.
pull the lever.
I'll block you.
No, I just think again, these are both beautiful, but if we have to now be nitpicky about Caitlin's logic Disney movie moments, the Beauty and the Beast moment. T Squiggle's voting for Beauty and the Beast. And so is AJ, the ballroom scene. Gabe votes for Up. So does Kay, Austin, and Tacey and Allie are voting for Beauty and the Beast. Tyler also Beauty and the Beast. McKenna, I also love that Tyler is getting to ride dinosaur potentially. Love that. Kim votes for Beauty and the Beast. Callie votes for Beauty and the Beast. Bella's just like me, and McKenna for real. Olivia votes for Beauty and the Beast. So does Brianna and Alexis. And there we go. Tyler's okay and everything's good. I love that. So good. Alexis says make Austin Kronk. See? Love it. And then everybody's gushing over the Beastie Boy in the chat. So the Beauty and the Beast scene is moving on. And now this is where the buy rounds come in. And this was again the most like said ones again in the story. And when I looked it up online, the consensus, I put 4 of them that were consensus. This being one of them, the tangled lantern boat scene with all the lanterns holding hands in the boat versus pull the lever Kronk.
If y'all are voting for Kronk against this, you are sending a direct hit to me, just so you know.
You're wearing the shirt today too, both of you. Yeah.
That's why I put it on.
Oh, because you knew this would be in here. I'm saying that she likes this moment and you wore the shirt, so it'd be a shot at you guys because
okay.
You're wearing.
Well, I was just saying that song is the song I walk down the aisle to, so everybody knows.
Sing it for us, Caitlin.
All those days.
I think that this is kind of what you said earlier about the up balloons. This lantern scene is one of the most beautiful scenes in an animated movie ever. It is so stunningly beautiful.
Yeah.
Like so vibrant, but also it's like not super bright. Like it's I don't know. It's like a really
it's cozy. It's beautiful, romantic.
Yeah. I'm so here for it. I absolutely love it. And I love that movie more and more when I think about like Disney movies. Tangled is so good.
It's so underrated.
It's like easy top 10 to me and could push potentially to like a borderline top 5 for me. It is so good.
Oh, easy.
Yeah, it's awesome. So for me, it's the Tangled boat. Easy. And look, twins. Allie also walked down the aisle to that song too.
So good.
Very cool. Twins. Where are we at here? We have Allie votes.
Well, who are we voting for? Do we even say?
Oh, well, I assumed that you're not voting for Kronk Lever.
Get it out of here.
Unless you want to swerve now and take it.
Yeah, I vote for Kronk.
What about you? Yeah.
That's why I looked at it.
I know.
I'll put it on.
So Allie votes for Tangled, so does Tacey, and Brianna, I think, is voting because Rapunzel, my love. Alexis votes for the lanterns, so does AJ. And yeah, that it's a ride overseas. I just want to ride it. I think it'd be so beautiful.
So cool.
T Squiggle votes for Tangled, so does Callie, and so does her boyfriend. Allie, yeah, he says that we already know what Caitlin's going to pick. Olivia votes for Tangled, iconic, so does Kim, and McKenna, and Gabe, and Courtney, and Kay, and Tyler. Look, everybody's loving.
Yeah, you guys have all gotten your way back into my good books.
There you go. And then Jen, welcome. Thanks for being here. Is voting for Tangled.
And look, Jen has the mural right behind her.
I was going to say, Yeah, love it.
Meant for this moment.
And then AJ met Rapunzel and had a really good moment with her at Princess Breakfast during their trip last month. I see the light all the way. I love it. And then Gabe is a witness. Look at that. Gabe and Allie. I love it. Either maybe I guess was
They
there.
know each other?
Yeah, either know each other or was who she walked down the aisle to. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Let me know.
Is that your husband?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
What
Maybe.
are your relations?
Maybe. So the tangled boat scene. Moving
you don't
on.
have to share if you don't want to.
Yes, it is. It's her husband.
There we go.
Oh,
There we go.
I put it together. I love it. Beautiful.
I had no clue.
Yes.
Brady, you're so smart. I know. I'm just like stuff like that just goes over my head.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, that's nice.
I'm like, it's so beautiful. The next one, which again, this was one from a buy, is Mulan cutting her hair, which that specific moment with like that sword slicing it off, because she's gonna take her father's place
and
to
the
go to war.
spray of her hair when she cuts it.
I'm picking that. I think
really?
Yes. You
Over
know what?
Beauty and the Beast?
Yeah, because in that movie, that is like so like she just is like doesn't even care and just
so cool.
slice the hair off, and I'm taking my dad's place. Like it's not even off. I think that's so like awesome. I don't know. I just think that's so cool.
It is very cool.
Brady, you're so unpredictable.
I know, but I think that in the moment I get in my feels about it, and I think that's so powerful that she would take her dad's place. Like I would do it too, but I'd be so afraid. She is like not even bothered.
I feel like there's another Mulan iconic movie moment that I would think of over that. Is there another one in the bracket?
No, this was the one that when I looked like there was this one.
You put the Mushu one in.
Yeah, Mushu. There was this one. People had on their list her with like the sword on the roof when she's gonna take down like whatever that guy's name is.
I'm thinking of like Make a Man at the like that, like them fighting, like training.
That's fair. I just again think that it's like super like really hits you. I do think like obviously because I voted for it almost every time. Like the Beauty and the Beast moment is iconic, but I don't know, something just hits different to me right now in this moment about the Mulan moment. What about you guys?
This one's tough because I like Mulan like
better. The movie and the character,
all of above better, but I'm gonna go still with like what I think is like overall to most people. So I'll pick Beauty and the Beast, but I love Mulan. Sorry.
I agree with Heidi. I think as a whole, and like I'm trying to think of like the outside perspective of like a regular schmegular thinking of Disney and iconic moments.
Yeah, it's fair.
Yeah.
I think that as this bracket went on, I think that some of them got harder, and I'm intrigued on the other side because again, I don't know, like I know the ones that I picked, and I kind of forget some, but I don't know like the matchups and stuff. But I think that some of these were harder than I thought they would be. You know, let's see what everyone else has to say. AJ says that Mulan warrior hair cutting montage may be biased because they suggested it. Yes, it was one that you put in the little chat box. Tacey votes for Mulan. T Squiggles voting for the Beast. Alexis is voting for Mulan. Courtney as well, and Kim and Kay. And Callie is voting for Beauty and the Beast. But apologizes to Mulan. Allie votes for Mulan. So does Tyler. T Squiggle says we can't be friends anymore. I'm so sorry. Hopefully we still can. And Brianna says love Mulan, but I think the ballroom scene is more iconic to the average person, which is what you guys said. And Jen says this Mulan moment is pretty iconic. I think the part where she fires the cannon at the mountain and causes the avalanche. That is one too for sure. I agree. And then McKenna's vote. Sorry, maybe I didn't mean to skip it, McKenna. Oh, there it is. Big strong man. I love the Beast. I didn't know that was a vote. Maybe I just thought that was her gushing over the Beast. Is that your vote, McKenna?
Look at her picture there. She loves those big, strong, beastly men.
Oh, I love it. Which one's moving on?
It's close. Mulan,
it is close. The Mulan haircutting is moving on.
That's crazy. I thought this was going to make it to the end.
So did I.
Yeah, I thought so.
Wow.
And the hair cutting moment will go up against the Tangled Lanterns.
Wow. Please.
My vote for this is the Tangled Lanterns. I just think it is. It's on like, which again, Caitlin's gonna laugh that I'm swerving here.
Wait, you're
Again.
saying Mulan?
No, I'm saying that the Tangled
No, it's because he just picked Mulan, but then he's gonna just
Oh, for Beauty
instantly
and the Beast.
drop it and go for Tangled.
Because again, in my head of
You're
a
not being
moment,
very loyal right now.
no, because if someone asked me an iconic Disney moment, I would like in my head, one of the first ones, which is one that Caitlin said earlier is one, but this boat scene is to me. I
And
right
the
away
Belle and Beast ballroom scene isn't.
is, but I'm saying
So then, how did you vote for Mulan?
because this one of the three to me is most iconic for me. The
Okay.
Tangled boat scene of
Okay.
all three of those.
Okay, I'll stop giving you a hard time.
That's fair. I'm gonna vote for Tangled here. You too?
Same. Well, look at the picture. Like,
I know.
it's really nice.
Yeah.
Again, you know. So-
Obviously, I'm voting for Tangled.
oh, sorry, everybody's attacking me here that I'm voting for Tangled.
Come on, everybody, go after Brandon in the comments.
Alexa says that McKenna has a type. Yeah.
Big DC fan.
Brianna votes for Tangled. So does Allie and Tacey and Jen. Look, it's no contest, no question. T Squiggle and Gabe and Kim and Tyler all voting for Tangled. So is Courtney and Callie, and Kay and McKenna and Olivia. All these ones. And then look.
Sometimes I really wonder, like, if it really would depend on what order certain moments came up. Because, like,
Right.
I wonder if Mulan coming up in the first round would have changed your opinion.
Would it? Yeah, I know you're
against Beauty and the Beast versus like how it came up so late, and you're like, I've already voted for this a couple times, like Beauty and the Beast. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, I almost wonder if that would make a difference. Not for you, not just you, like everybody, but
I agree. Yeah. And that's why, like, I don't love sometimes when on these brackets there are some that get to skip because it's hard, but like the bracket just kind of sets it up weird where you kind of have to, or you have. So it's unfortunate, which maybe I just have to put less, but I was like, some of them I just didn't want to remove because I wanted to like a good mix, you know? Yeah. But again, you're probably right that I think that if some of these came up earlier, you would grow more attachment to them, or you would see one that comes up and be like, oh, like I think that one's better. So that's fair.
Yeah.
I agree.
Alexis, you have to vote.
Yeah. And AJ votes for the Tangled scene because of the average outsider perspective and the emotions. It is the Tangled one. And as we wait for Alexis's vote, once I click this, it will move on to the other side. So the Tangled boat scene, lanterns, is the winner of this side. We have one more side to do. And then we'll see who the ultimate winner is. So let's move on. The Tangled boat scene moving on. Next up is, again, the genie scene where he does like some impressions, you know, where it's like him and he's doing like a few things like right when he comes out of the lamp. It's not all of these here specific, but this was the best picture to sum it up. Or Rafiki holding up baby Simba on Pride Rock at the beginning of The Lion King. This is hard because I like the genie. I was gonna say
I feel like I know who picked the iconic moment of the genie because I don't even think of that when I think of Aladdin.
No, but I wanted to put it in here because the genie to me, I think, is one of the most iconic Disney characters. Like the voice work and all this stuff. Like I think that he is like it's crazy. I don't think it's the best moment from Aladdin, and there's another one on here. So I'm picking the like the baby Simba because that is like, again, like a quintessential Disney moment is like the music and then this like big moment. That's why I'm picking that one.
Yeah.
Yep. I think when you asked me, that was the first thing I said.
Comes to your head, yeah. So, you said was this one, which again, Caitlin said there was one earlier, which is also in here, which like The Lion King has a few really iconic Disney movie moments.
Yeah. I also vote for this one because everybody's saying it in the comments too. But yeah, I've literally done this with every doll, every pet, every small thing you can hold. I've done this too.
You do the Simba. Where are we at here? McKenna votes for Simba. So does Allie and Tacey, and T Squiggle and Jen and Brianna. Everybody's voting for Simba. Callie did that with her nephew, Simba. Austin. As well. Gabe votes for the genie. Olivia and Tyler vote for Simba. AJ and Kay as well voting for the Simba scene at the beginning. That is, again, one of the quintessential, if you ask like a general person,
Yeah.
That would be one for sure.
Yeah.
So that will be. I will be moving on. Next
You
up.
missed Kim and Courtney too. They voted for Simba as well.
Sorry, I should pull it up. It like jumps up on me sometimes. Where maybe it just didn't come in yet. Oh, there it came in now. Kim and Courtney. So
I
sorry.
got you guys.
You're just a little bit quicker on us. The internet. Next up, again, this one on the left, super divisive,
Controversial.
yes, but super iconic because it has shifted a whole people hate this little girl because Andy gave her away his toys.
Yep.
It's an iconic moment because it's like a shift, and I think it also is iconic because it shows getting older that you don't play with toys anymore.
But I don't want to give my toys away.
Versus Cinderella transforming from her rags and stuff into this beautiful.
Yeah, I get what you're saying about the toys, but when you're putting it up with Cinderella, come on.
Yeah. And again,
that is the Disney moment.
Yeah. We went back and forth, me and Heidi, on is this the moment or is her forgetting the slipper moment?
She loses it.
Yeah.
She drops it.
But this though, like you kind of said earlier, Caitlin, this is every VHS, everything is her transforming. It's so beautiful, and it's just always used. So this was the one that I had to pick for that. I'm picking Cinderella because it's just so iconic. But I wanted to throw some love to the I wanted to have a good mix of because I wanted to have a mix of obviously iconic, but then underrated small things, or then little moments. Obviously, that can't compete with something like this, but just to throw it in there, you know. So for anybody who later gets mad and goes, I can't believe this wasn't in here, but Bonnie getting the toys was, that's why my thought process. But I'm gonna vote for Cinderella, obviously.
No, I'm sad now. Andy should have kept the toys and given them to his kids. That would have been an iconic. Is he gonna get them back?
That's what I would do. I would keep my toys and give them to my kids.
Those are his toys.
You know what it is?
Beloved toys.
I want every single one of these toys to give to my kid because I had these as a kid and I don't have them anymore. But I wish that I did because I wish that I could then.
I have so many of my
pass
toys.
them on to my kids one day. I think it's so cool. But the amount of adult men when I worked in Toy Story Land that would come, and if the plush had Bonnie on the boot, they're so angry. And I'm I don't know what to tell you, man. Andy gave them away and they're Bonnie's. I get that our era is Andy, but for these new kids now,
it's Bonnie's.
Some of them don't even know who Andy even is.
People hate that little girl though. People they look at her and they say, look at that smug little face.
They're she'd rather play with a spork that she made at daycare than all these beautiful toys.
But she's also is she not 3?
Yeah, she's got to be so little.
She's in preschool.
Seriously.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, I just wanted to put it in here because this is a moment of a shift. And that's why with a new generation, I think that the only reason maybe some kids know who Andy is because of Andy's backyard in Toy Story Land. People don't know.
No, they would still know him from the original movies.
But I'm saying there's a girl who comes to our daycare who's never seen the originals but has seen Toy Story 4. She has no idea who Andy is.
How could you not watch the originals? That's on the parents.
If they're born, they just took them to the theater?
I guess so. I don't know.
I don't know.
All I know is that our kids, when they're of the age, will be sat and having a history lesson in Disney.
Yeah, they're not watching anything newer than 2015.
Yeah. And I don't know why that you want to cancel me, McKenna. Please.
Because you weren't reading those people's votes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Because again, they jumped up. I'm so sorry, Courtney and Kim. Yeah, so sorry. Alexis votes for Cinderella. So does AJ and Brianna and T-Squiggle and Callie. I don't think there'll be one vote for Bonnie here. Let's see. Callie votes for Cinderella. So does McKenna and Courtney and Tacey. And Kay and Olivia. I'll just get through them and then I'll go to Alexis's question. Jen and Allie and Tyler and Kim. A clean sweep. First one of the live for Cinderella. And what was the reaction in the room during during D23 when they announced Toy Story 5? I think that when they showed the logo, people didn't really react that much. But then when they said the idea of toys versus tech, then people were like, Oh, like that's cool. I think that was more of what it was. It was kind of like a phase of like,
Oh yeah.
okay, clap, and then when that was the idea, it was like a surprise. Oh, like that's actually
That's
cool.
different. Yeah.
Was I think the consensus. I don't think that it was by any means one of the bigger reactions because I think we knew that it was a thing, and it's like you said, Caitlin, like 5 Toy Stories.
Yeah, it's like the fact that 5 comes after Toy Story is a little bit.
Yeah.
It's enough.
I love the idea so much, and I'm so excited because I think it's so real, and I'm intrigued what's going to happen because I think the idea of Bonnie now being obsessed with an iPad and
iPad kid, iPad. People are gonna hate Bonnie even more now.
Yeah, it's so real.
Too funny.
But Cinderella is moving on.
Yeah.
Obviously so iconic. Next up, Dumbo flying for the first time versus Peter Pan and the Darlings flying over London.
This side of the thing is not doing me well.
No?
It's just like this is it's like a lot of like intense ones back to back.
It's hard, yeah. Yeah. And there's more to come, I think. I don't know how these got matched up because again, it's all random. It's 2 flying ones. I think that they're both iconic, but one of them is so picturesque and beautiful. Like the Peter Pan flying over London is so stunning.
Yeah.
So that's my vote.
Yeah. It's my vote too. Peter Pan was like my favorite movie growing up as a kid. So it's like, and yeah, like just the song, like it's so funny. Like when we were at Disney this last time, it's like whenever I hear that little like like
Yes.
of Peter Pan, it's like that sound alone makes me like tear up because I think of this whole montage of them flying.
Yeah.
So I think as a Disney iconic movie, like I'm not saying Dumbo isn't like because that's a pretty cool thing too, like him flying, but like I feel like the kids flying because of the pixie dust and the happy thoughts, like that's so magical.
Yeah. What about you?
I'm gonna vote for Peter Pan as well because of like the whole thing of like how just like everything about it, like Caitlin was saying. I don't really have anything to add.
Yeah, like I kind of went like back and forth between like the Dumbo flying or like Alexis said, the baby mine scene. But I think that him flying like has maybe led to more things. Like there's a whole ride based on that. Like I think that it is like
iconic.
Yeah. But like I'm not even a big Peter Pan person at all. This scene to me, I love it so much. I love that song. Like I'm the same as you. Like I'm not a big like I never really watched this as a kid all the time, but that moment is like so good. It's awesome. I love it. It's so Disney to me.
Yeah.
But let's see what everyone else has to say. Alexis also says that me and my iPad watching this.
iPad kid.
T Squiggle votes for Peter Pan. Brianna says this is crazy, so maybe it's hard for you. Probs Peter Pan. I love that. Tacey and Tyler vote for Peter Pan. So does Olivia. And Kim McKenna potentially voting for Peter Pan, but saying it's so crazy. Kay votes for Peter Pan. Jen votes for Dumbo because did you ever see an elephant fly? Callie votes for Peter Pan. For real makes me think of the ad and all the Disney DVDs. Yeah, you're so right. Courtney votes for Peter Pan. T Squiggle needs a compilation of McKenna calling everything crazy. Agree. Allie votes for Peter Pan. Alexis and Gabe as well. And T Squiggle says, who was obsessed with the live action Peter Pan growing up?
Oh yeah, that wasn't a Disney movie technically, but the actor on that, oh yeah. I think that was my first ever crush in real life. Like as a kid, like seeing that boy on, I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah.
I feel like that I can picture who it is, but I don't like really know.
I don't know the actor. Like I don't know him. I don't know if he's been in anything else. Like honestly, but yeah, no. I remember like tangent. My first ever sleepover party as like a kid. I don't know how old I think maybe we were 10. I remember us watching that movie. We had it on the TV screen, and I remember all the girls going and kissing the TV screen when we would pause it when he came up, and we all took a turn. I literally remember that.
That is so hilarious.
That's iconic. That's an iconic moment.
That's an iconic Disney moment, even though it's not even a Disney movie. That's iconic.
Oh, that's so funny.
That's not the one that's in like Hook with Robin Williams. That's a different
No,
movie. Okay.
different one. It's
Okay.
a live action Peter Pan. It's literally just called Peter Pan.
Oh, okay. Got it.
I forget his name. I forget the actor's name.
I don't know. Anybody can fact check in the chat. Let us know. But this scene from Peter Pan is moving on. Next up is the falling with style in Toy Story versus the scene with all the doors when they first come in there and it's all the doors. Which again, I wanted something from Monsters Inc. And there maybe are some of the things that are more iconic, but I thought that this is like what has led to lots of things also with like they're going to build a ride. It's like a very like jarring big moment. But for me, I'm going to pick the Toy Story moment because that is like so iconic and is like again so old school Disney moment is that scene, you know?
I think the Monsters Inc. moment is cooler, but again, I just keep relating it to like the Disney DVD, like whatever. I just totally remember the Toy Story, like them flying and like, yeah. So I have to vote for Toy Story.
This one's hard for me. I think I'm gonna vote for the Monsters Inc. one because when I was thinking of like when you were trying to get me to think of ideas, that was one of the ideas that came up, even though it's not like a huge one necessarily, but I think it's still a cool one. So I'm gonna vote for that one.
Yeah. Like I think that it kind of is like a good sum up of that whole movie of like it's all about the doors, but then I think that you never really I think that it is kind of because we like watched this like what 2 weeks ago outside at this thing, and I think that you never really realize like you see all the doors kind of come in, but it's like where do they come from? And then in the movie when they go in there, it's like this is insane. There's just like doors everywhere. But I just think that this one on the left, like that picture to me is so old school iconic Disney moment of them flying but not actually flying because they're toys. I think is great. Let's see what everyone else has to say. Casey votes for Toy Story. McKenna votes for Monsters Inc. Jen votes for Toy Story. Brianna votes for Monsters Inc. So does T Squiggle and Kim. Callie votes for Toy Story, even though she doesn't like that movie. There you go. Kay votes for Toy Story. So does Courtney. And AJ Alley votes for Monsters Inc. Olivia says the actor's name is Jeremy Sumpter. Sumter is the Peter Pan actor. I also used to love that movie, Caitlin. There you go. Same thing. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, see, like he's iconic, that man.
And then Olivia votes for Monsters Inc. So are we?
That was close, right?
Yeah, very close.
It is close. Oh.
Wait, did McKenna's, was that her vote or did she vote?
She already voted earlier. She said Monsters Inc. So real. But then she said that she likes a big man.
Mm-hmm. Well, then Toy Story won.
Toy Story.
Wow.
Squeaking it out.
Like, I'm not saying like seriously, Monsters is cool as heck.
Yes, but iconic moment.
Yeah.
On the left, we have Let It Go, but when Elsa takes out the thing and lets her hair down, and it's like she doesn't care.
Yeah.
Versus Ba La 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 from Big Hero 6, which again, we have like a little mix, but something that's kind of
twist is in that movie.
There is a twist in that movie and in Frozen. Insane plot twist.
Oh yeah.
So I think also, which again, I'm just going to keep on saying here, we are doing a live stream within the next few of Disney, like I guess kind of plot twists, but just, or like, I don't even know what we'll call it, but the one in Frozen, which I won't say, which we all know, insane. Like there's a lot when you look at Disney moments, there's like something you're like, huh? What? Like insane. So anyway, I'm voting for Let It Go. I think that her like doing that is so cool and like I don't know, powerful moment. I love it so much. What about you guys?
Yeah, I agree. That is such an iconic moment. And I don't know what, like, I guess it's just crazy because like the actual part, like so much is going on. But to me, it is that like moment where she like lets her hair down, which like is like a small thing, but it's also like
she throws the crown.
But also it's like a way bigger thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's a small action, but it's like this whole big change and shift of like finally she's like being herself and everything. So I'm voting for that. But I love Baymax, but voting for that.
I'm voting Frozen. I just also think it's pretty iconic, like how, like in like all the documentaries and stuff, like people, like the people said like they kind of had a feeling that this was going to be a good movie, but like nobody really knew like the extent of what this was going to do, and like the amount that it blew up, and like the impact it kind of had on Disney. I feel like as a whole, it's like not that Disney ever kind of dwindled, but like this was kind of like a turning point again, because it's like Disney was doing really, really well, and then like they kind of made movies for a little while that were kind of just like average, and then like this was kind of the pivotal moment again for them. So I think for Disney as a company, like Disney Animation, you know, like
Frozen's huge,
pretty iconic for them.
Yeah.
And it's crazy that like that they played that song on the radio when it's like actually like a Disney movie song. Like I know there's other older songs that are played on the radio, but like for like a new Disney song to just like be on the radio.
I also never knew that originally they wanted Elsa to be the villain, but then when they kind of went back, it was like, no, like we need to like make her not the villain at the end. Like it needs to be, she needs to like border the line of that she's whatever seems that way, but then she's not, which I think is crazy. Like imagine if she was a villain.
That would have been so awful.
Would have been insane. I also just love this little moment on the right, but it just hasn't like it can't compete with Let It Go.
No, it's such a minute moment in comparison.
Let's see. Lot for Frozen. Brianna and Jen and T Squiggle voting for Frozen. Casey votes for Big Hero 6 moment. Courtney and Olivia and AJ are voting for Let It Go. Brianna says, although her brother used to always do that with her, the handshake, which is so fun. McKenna says, Let It Go, iconic. And then she's throwing Disney conspiracies in the chat. Kim votes for Frozen. So does Kay and Allie and Callie. And Tyler votes for Big Hero 6. Austin votes for Frozen. So Frozen, the Let It Go, Elsa pulling her hair down, letting it all go, is moving on. There is another Frozen moment on here from Frozen 2, which will be on here shortly, I'm sure. But Let It Go is moving on. Next up, there it is the show yourself when she realizes it's her mom, which is just that moment, the one, you know, versus, which kind of, I guess this is kind of the same-ish, is when Moana's really doubting herself, and then like it's these like this kind of, it looks like a projection, but it's her grandmother as that whatever it is, like a ray, and then she does like the I am Moana, so she believes that she's strong enough to do what she has to do.
These are both good.
These are both really good, but I remember being in the movie theater for Frozen 2.
I cry every single time.
Sobbing. This song has now become my favorite Disney song. I love it so much. And this moment when it's like she's in there and then everything just like bursts around and it's like her mom is insane. It's so iconic to me. I think it's so good.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like every single time that song plays and then it's like the build up to that part, I literally just sob. I could cry just thinking about it because it's like the whole movie is led up to that point, and then the fact that it's her mom is just like crazy. And then I just love it. Like, so I'm voting for that.
Yep, I would agree. It's funny though, like when we're looking at these two, I actually don't think that they're like the most iconic like Disney movie moments, because they both are pretty niche, I feel like.
Yeah, that's
but like I also agree that like that is like literally like Show Yourself is like my favorite Disney song for real. And I'm the same way. Like as soon as that song starts going, when she starts on the knock, like when they're galloping, like I just start sobbing instantly. Even before we even knew what was happening, I remember crying in the movie theater. And then it's like that buildup of that was like an emotional roller coaster for sure.
Yeah. I wanted to put one from Moana, but I was like, nothing, like I didn't really know what like was iconic. And then I kind of like had looked up some stuff and people like, and then one ranking was like powerful Disney moments. Like, and both of these were on there. And I was like, okay, like I'll just put it like, again, I don't have like a recollection of it really, but it is kind of in the same way of like, both of them don't really know like what path they're on. And then it's kind of the same sort of, like around them, it's
mother figure,
which is awesome. But a lot for Moana in the chat early. There we go.
Man, Moana is such a that is like a huge
Mhm. Allie and Brianna and T Squiggle and Kim all voting for Moana. So is Callie and Olivia and Tyler. McKenna votes for the show yourself moment because it's so good. Jen says this one's hard, but Moana just barely. Courtney and Kay also vote for Moana. Olivia cries at both of these scenes, and Tacey votes for Moana as well.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. I cry every time about the grandmother as the stingray.
Crazy, yeah.
Brutal.
Tear jerker. So Moana is moving on. Next up,
sorry, which one did Moana?
Moana, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. A Whole New World, or them like on the carpet flying over, versus P. Sherman, 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney.
I think as a whole, I feel like the carpet scene.
Sure.
Like P. Sherman 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney is again a quotable moment. However, as a whole, iconic is like the magic of flying over the magic carpet.
Hey, idea for a stream, quotable moments.
Put it on the list, baby.
No, I I wanted to put some that are more deeper cuts that like a Disney fan is
for sure.
The Whole New World on a carpet, like even just them flying over the beautiful city in a carpet is like it's like the same level as like a Beauty and the Beast ballroom. It's like iconic. Yeah. It's their ballroom.
It's so funny too. Do you notice like the theme of like most of the iconic moments are all from like the same era of Disney?
Yeah, it is because I guess that it's our era, you know, which is like what
it was Disney's like
era.
Best era.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Whole New World. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Whole New World. I also just love this picture of Dory here. She's like so proud and happy. There which is so funny that she knows that. I think it's hilarious. T Squiggle votes for the carpet. So does Jen and Allie and Kay. Tacey votes for the P. Sherman moment. Brianna and Olivia and Callie are voting for Whole New World moment on the carpet. McKenna votes for Nemo, and Courtney is voting.
I love McKenna's
for real. So
for real, Nemo for real.
So good.
Courtney votes for the magic carpet scene, and that is the one that is moving on, flying over Agrabah. Next up, the first kiss. This one's not biased on the right. Just wait. The first kiss, which again, this is iconic, and I know that we have two from Snow White, but this was like the first like princess and like it's like true love's first kiss and brings her to life. Versus again, Mickey being the sorcerer's apprentice and putting that hat on, which again, I think has led to like they use it all the time in the parks and a lot of things, which again, I might be biased on that, but I don't know. What do you guys think?
I have mine, but mine I'm picking Snow White because I like this movie growing up and because I don't actually know what happens at that part in the movie, but I know what happens in that part.
It's fair.
So that's what I'm picking.
Yeah, I'm also picking Snow White because I feel like as much as I love Sorcerer Mickey, it's like I feel like as a movie moment, like the iconicness of the prince waking up Snow White from her eternal slumber is like just magical.
Yeah, I'll also
even though everybody online doesn't think so right now, but
I know that's what I was gonna say. I'm gonna vote for that one also because again, that's like an iconic of like a fairy tale, old school fairy tale moment. That's like the moment. I do think what's interesting about the Sorcerer Mickey one though is I think, like I said, that it's like led to this whole craze of like Phantasmic and all these things that people like are obsessed with him, like in that version, Sorcerer Mickey. Like it's a huge thing.
You are.
No, like, but I'm saying like not just me, people are. They have like the plush, the pins, the show, like it's a whole thing with this hat alone. It's like they I don't know, you know?
I mean the hat was an icon at MGM Studios back in the day.
It's a big deal, pretty iconic, I'd say.
Yeah.
But I'll still vote for, as Caitlin says, movie moment, Snow White kiss.
I'm just trying to drive it home, everybody. Doesn't matter if it's your favorite.
I appreciate it. We have Jen voting for Sorcerer Mickey, so is Allie. Callie says Snow White because no one watches Fantasia. Courtney votes for Sorcerer Mickey. Brianna says this is mean. I know. I'm so sorry. T Squiggle says,
What was that a vote?
I think her vote's later on.
Okay.
T Squiggle says movie wise, Snow White. Sorcerer Mickey is iconic in the community, though.
Yeah.
Great way to put it. Casey votes for the Mickey, so does Kay. McKenna as well, which we can see the rest of McKenna's comment, which we addressed earlier. Kim votes for Snow White. Brianna votes for Mickey. And T Squiggle says R.I.P. MGM and the great movie ride.
This is a close one.
Close one. Are there any last minute votes?
Ozzy, where are you?
Which one would Austin vote for?
I think he'd vote for Snow White.
Snow White.
Because honestly, we've tried to watch Fantasia so many times, and every time we fall asleep, or we say, "What the heck is this movie?" and then we change it.
It's a very interesting movie. I haven't watched it in so long, but I know people love Sorcerer Mickey and people love Chernabog for some reason. Everybody there's like this he's like an underrated, like everybody loves him. And I think
Every time I see him like on a pin, I'm like, why would they even put this guy on a pin?
Yeah, but people love him.
There was somebody at the pin event when I was there, an entire lanyard of the same Chernabog pin.
That's crazy. Hoping to trade maybe.
That's crazy.
Austin votes for Mickey. And Callie says that her boyfriend says Snow White because I told him to. Which is funny.
Austin, you make no sense.
So Sorcerer Mickey's moving on.
Wow.
Sorcerer Mickey moment.
Mickey won't last long, Buster.
Ooh, this is hard.
Oh. Yeah, this is going to be all of the ones that are going to move forward.
There's still two more that haven't come yet that are going to be like the buy ones, which spoiler, one of them's the Mufasa death, and then the other one is something else, which should I say it?
No,
I'm nervous.
This
we want to be surprised.
This is
don't spoil it.
This is hard.
This is very hard. I have my
I'm gonna go with my gut.
Go for it.
And I'm gonna say Cinderella.
Okay.
Come on, it's beautiful.
What about you?
I'm going for Simba because it was the first thing that came to my head.
That's good.
Dang.
So I'm gonna stick with it.
This is a tiebreaker.
And
go ahead.
And also, not that this is gonna influence you, but also in my head, I said when you asked me, I said the slipper.
You're right. But see, and this is how I look the other way. Obviously, the Simba moment is so iconic, but I think that the most iconic moment is, which will come up later, the Mufasa death, because I think everybody like that is just so sad and such a moment that I'm like, can they both be like the most iconic moments, like in the same movie? I guess maybe.
I think they can, honestly. Like I'm not denying that this is an iconic moment, but like again, I'm just like hung up on my childhood, I feel like, and like I mean, not that like literally both of these were in all the movie like advertisements growing up, but like I just think the magic of the dress transformation is just like stunning. And like Cinderella walked so that Elsa could freaking strut. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. I'm gonna vote for the Simba moment. My gut reaction though, because I do now agree that one movie can have multiple super iconic moments, and I think that Lion King just does. Like it like that. Yeah, it's just I'm just gonna go with my gut on it, and it's gonna be the Simba. That one moment of like lifting it up. There it is, and everybody goes wild for Simba.
I just love Cinderella. Like honestly, the more I just love it.
Yeah.
Like, growing up, like I loved it, and I'm just like it's one of those ones where I'm like I don't realize I love it, and then I'm just like, God, it's so good.
Yeah, I wish that we had more time in our week or days to like rewatch old like Disney movies, because we were doing that during like the pandemic times and then never really got back to it. But there's probably so many that it's like if I watch like all these again, I would be so happy, and it'd be like it would bring back so much. Like I know that we did watch Cinderella and you love that one, and I was like, oh, like it's actually good, but it was never one like that I probably as a kid always watched because I liked like Lion King, Toy Story, those things. But it is like awesome, you know?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Beautiful. Let's see. T Squiggle says criminal. I know, I'm so sorry. Jen votes for Lion King. T Squiggle says Cinderella. McKenna is voting for Simba. Callie and Tacey and Kay are all voting for Cinderella. So is Courtney and Kim. Brianna's voting for Cinderella and saying this is crazy because the Simba is so quoted, but Cinderella is literally Disney. T Squiggle says this is insanity. Cinderella is so iconic. Callie's boyfriend also says Cinderella, and Austin just has a
Yeah, Austin, what are you voting, buddy?
Undecided. Not sure. Too tough. Again, close one. Maybe we'll wait for Austin's vote for a second.
Nah, don't wait for him.
The Cinderella moment is moving on. Next up, 2 flying moments once again. Peter Pan and the Darling Kids flying over Neverland and falling with style from Toy Story. Peter Pan. Yeah.
Well, because it's like a similar moment. Not really, but they're both flying, but like there's a lot more to the Peter Pan one.
Yes, and I was going to say, what I think of when I think of Peter Pan is them flying over London with pixie dust. I don't think of this moment in the arch of everything Toy Story. I don't think of Buzz and Woody flying. But for Peter Pan, it's like if you said, name a scene in Peter Pan, I'm saying this one of them flying over. It's iconic and amazing.
But also, like, name a scene in Disney movie. Name a flying scene in Disney movie history.
Yeah.
You're not saying Buzz and Woody falling with style.
No. Do you do you have like a memorable, like if someone said, what's your like a Toy Story scene? I know mine right away, which is so sad. Mine's them in the furnace thing about
it's gonna be so.
Mine is friggin' Jessie left in her box.
Yeah. So sad. Those movies, man.
That one's crazy. That's another.
It's on my list already. Lotso being the bad guy is a big point.
Oh yeah.
And it was so sad when they're all like holding hands and they're like.
And Lotso had a chance to redeem himself. They could have. They helped him up to press the button, and he didn't press it. What a guy! Oh,
he's the ultimate Disney villain.
He's a bad guy.
Bad.
He's very bad.
I love him.
Very bad guy. Where are we at here? T Squiggle is voting for Peter Pan. Kay votes for Peter Pan. So does Tacey and Kim and Brianna. Jen votes for Toy Story. Callie and McKenna are voting for the iconic moment in Peter Pan. Austin is voting for Peter Pan. Courtney votes for Toy Story. And McKenna is voting for Spanish Buzz. It is what her vote would be for the most iconic. Which is so funny, and that he has no idea. And Jessie loves that mode, which is so hilarious to me. How they're together, I think is so funny.
That's a funny moment, for sure.
Peter Pan. Moving on. Next up, Let It Go or the I Am Moana.
What's the buy? I'm trying to figure it out.
It's
don't say it. Don't say it. I'm internally.
You want me to give hints?
No. I'm just being like, gosh, like what is it? I vote for Elsa.
Me too.
Me three.
I know that like the Frozen fatigue is very real.
It's not real for anyone.
No, it's not. It's literally not.
But I'm saying for like the Disney adult community is over Frozen.
No.
Kids,
why? Though?
I'm saying
why?
Because it's overplayed and it's all the merch, but kids are obsessed. Like still
good.
And both
say, also, anyways, never mind.
What were you gonna say?
Nothing. It's honestly not related. It's related to Frozen, but it's not really related.
I just think again, and like people love Moana 2. Like it's huge. Moana 2 is going to be so good. I just think that Frozen is iconic, and that is an iconic moment of her when she's just again like the hair coming down is awesome, taking the crown and tossing it. So voting for Frozen.
Yeah, no, Let It Go is definitely.
I don't think that Frozen fatigue should be a thing anymore because that was like a long time ago.
I really don't. I think the Frozen fatigue happened when it was just like when you only were hearing like Let It Go on the radio a million times and it was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. Now I just feel like it's kind of just like I feel like it's earned its rightful spot as like Frozen was like a good movie.
But do we think people are excited for Frozen 3 and then Frozen 4?
Me, I
am, but I just hope that general people are.
The children are, so who cares?
Oh, children are for sure. I think it's gonna rack in money. So will Moana 2. I will be sat for Moana 2. I think it looks so good. but let it go. McKenna and Kay and T Squiggles sadly let it go. I love Moana.
Wait, please. Did you
yeah.
say what
I
Elsa
said
let it go?
Elsa, yeah.
Okay, can you start again?
And then 3 more. And then Brianna also votes for Frozen. So is Callie. Tacey votes for Moana. Jen and Austin and Kim all vote for Let It Go Moment. And so does Courtney.
Oh, okay.
So Elsa is taking the cake for that one. Next up, Flying on a Carpet and Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Flying on a carpet.
Flying on a Carpet. Yeah. I think that will maybe be the consensus, but who knows? Sorcerer Mickey.
Yeah, I don't think Mickey should have even made it past the last round, if I'm honest. Like that scene, like Mickey, I love him as Sorcerer Mickey, but that scene, I'm like, I think the carpet is definitely more magical. It's so funny. It's like any of those flying moments, I feel like in Disney.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
Stuff is very like, it's very beautiful and iconic.
Yeah, for sure. I think this might be a sweep again as well. Everybody's loving Aladdin. We got T Squiggle, Kay, and McKenna, and Kim. And T Squiggle is also threatening and says, "Don't anyone dare say that." Kim and Jen all voting for Aladdin. Callie, and Brianna and Courtney as well. And then Tacey votes for Mickey. So not a sweep. I was too early on it. But we'll have that one move on. And sorry if we're kind of rushing at the end, but we want to see, Caitlin wants to see what these are.
I know, I'm really racking my brain. What else is in here?
Yeah. So a whole new world, flying moment, moving on. And then 2 heavy hitters again.
No.
The Cinderella ball gown transformation or flying over London.
This is tough.
This one's tough. And for real, look at this. We miss Lama Floof too. Lama Floof is the best.
We need him in here giving his iconic opinions.
Yeah, for sure. I wonder, he would have been pushing for pull the lever, Caitlin, for sure.
Oh, 100%. He would have been yelling at me.
This one's also hard. But I will pick, to me, kind of like what Caitlin said earlier about, again, like a Disney scene in general. I'm picking the Peter Pan flying one. I think it's great. Both of these are very magical moments also, which I love. And the same kind of color palette on this picture.
Well, I'm going to go with Peter Pan because I think for me, there's other moments in Cinderella that I just personally find more iconic. I don't
like the slipper,
like the transformation, of the whole, I know that clearly with this, but I mean like the pumpkins and stuff and like going back and stuff I don't know. I
think that it's between this dress one and her losing the slipper with like the dong, like that whole, I think those are the two.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying
in my head. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
So I'm just going to go with Peter Pan.
That's fair. Caitlin's unsure, I think.
I literally don't want to pick.
It's fair. Do you want me to go to the chat first so you can decide?
I just genuinely don't think I could come up with an answer.
It's okay. Look, everyone's oohing and awing, saying this is crazy. Kim votes for Peter Pan. Callie votes for Cinderella. McKenna votes for Cindy. I just love McKenna. She's so fun. Jen votes for Cindy. T Squiggle agrees. So does Courtney and Tacey. Everybody right here. Kay is voting for Cinderella. And then Brianna and Austin are voting for Peter Pan. And Caitlin may be still undecided or just can't vote. It's okay, girl.
I just don't know. It's like I'm just trying to make sure that I'm not picking one based on like a favorite movie. Because I do love Peter Pan more than I love Cinderella. However, I just really think like for iconic Disney, but they're both like literally they are both. Fair. I don't know. Why is it so hard? Is it even close? Like, doesn't even matter what I vote.
Mm-hmm.
It's close.
Oh, it is close.
Yeah. It's okay.
You don't have to.
You don't have to if you don't want to.
I do. I do want to pick. I do want to pick.
This one is very hard. Again, I would say if you were picking a top 5, both of these are on there or something at least from these 2 movies.
I just feel like getting rid of Cinderella in this round is so soon. Like, I feel like I feel like it should go longer.
It's fair.
But I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna vote for Peter Pan. I'm gonna vote for Peter Pan. But it is hard. I feel like this is one of my, like, these are both in my top 5.
Yep. The Cinderella moment moves on.
Wow.
Close.
Doesn't even matter.
Very close.
Just by 1 point.
The Let It Go, Elsa letting her hair down or flying on the carpet. This is I think, which again maybe not because it's Frozen, which is huge. I think again the general consensus would say the magic carpet, but I think that again Frozen is so huge and that moment is awesome. So this is hard. Also, this is like they're both very different. Which I think that the other one was hard, Peter Pan, Cinderella, because they're both like the same era. They're old.
They're both magical.
These are both very different, which is kind of like how it was hard for me with like the Simba and the Cinderella. This is kind of the same.
I feel like though, I honestly feel like these are both at similar levels of iconic. Sure. Honestly.
Yeah. Yeah. I will say what's most iconic to me is I will say
Disney movie iconic.
That's what I'm saying is flying on the carpet.
I think I agree.
Which is tough because I've really backed Elsa here, this Elsa moment. I just think again, specifically in their movie, the song Let It Go is iconic, but in terms of like a moment, flying on a carpet over the city and like the build up to him, like, and it's like this whole, he's like wooing her and stuff. I just think it's so like quintessential.
It is, yeah.
Tough. You too?
It's tough because like I don't really like
You're not
really
like a big
like that
fan.
Moment. Like, you know what I mean? Like but I know that everyone's like, it's so iconic. I love it so much. And like loves the song, loves everything about it. But then I'm just like, I literally love Frozen. It's so good. And I know that I'm not voting for my favorite, but it's like compared to a lot. And I'm like, oh, and it's still like iconic. But then I don't know. Well, I don't want to vote for Aladdin when I literally am like voting against Frozen, but like the logistically, like just kind of, it feels like facts are that's more iconic.
Whatever you want, Heidi, go for it.
Okay, well, I'm gonna vote
for the last one.
Yeah, I'm gonna vote for Aladdin for this one, but like there's another thing, like for Frozen 2, I would vote differently. If
it was the Frozen 2 moment, you would have picked it. That's fair.
So I'm gonna vote for Aladdin. What is Kaylin's picking?
I picked the carpets as well.
Yeah. Brianna votes for Frozen. T Squiggle votes Aladdin. Kay also does. Kim votes for Frozen. So does Callie.
Can you just slow down, please?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Callie votes for Frozen. McKenna as well. Let It Go. And then Courtney votes for the carpet.
Yep. Carpets.
Close, but the carpet just barely moves on. And now I think is where the buys are, and that is the death of Mufasa. And this was the picture that sums it up here. It's like the literal betrayal, which this would be a plot twist also, that Scar is then kills his brother, is insane.
Yeah.
And it's iconic in the worst way because it's so sad and so terrible versus the Cinderella dress transformation. Beautiful moment versus not a beautiful moment. Yeah. Crazy.
I'll go first because I feel like I have to vote for this one because this was the one that I said, like, when the first thing that I think of when I think of an iconic Disney moment, I think of Scar betraying Mufasa. That is like, to me, that is like a quintessential, like, not that this other one isn't, trust, but like, I just feel like I have to vote for it because that was like one of the ones that first came to my mind.
I'm voting for that also because I like that as a kid and still as an adult, like rips out my soul and my heart that happened because it's insane. And it is just like the look on his face right now there just like crushes me.
And when he goes, brother.
Yeah. And then it's like the long live the king and dig the claws in and throw him down. And then just like everything that then leads up to it after. But this moment is so iconic, and it's so
Yeah.
sad and so bad, but it is just, to me, when I think of an iconic Disney moment, that is probably the number one, if not very close. So I will vote for that, even though the Cinderella dress is beautiful
I agree.
for me. What about you?
I'm voting for the Cinderella dress, but
Yep.
only because in my head I put the Simba
Right.
holding Simba
That's
is
fair.
more
Yeah.
to me. So that's what I'm picking up.
I think it's interesting how that, like, the Lion King, like, if you were to like rank like a top 5, I think that it could have 2 of a top 5 like moments of an iconic Disney moment.
Yep.
Like the lifting Simba and this could be on there.
And I even
Which is
think
crazy.
like Hakuna Matata is even like an iconic.
Yeah.
Like when they're walking on that.
Walking on the log and the transfer. Yeah, there's a lot of things, a lot of iconic moments. But I think this could be an upset in my opinion. Oh,
Yeah.
Olivia voted for Frozen earlier also, by the way. A lot of O's, but now it's like everybody's voting for Cinderella. Tacey, Callie, and Brianna. T Swiggle as well. Cindy, I think that Mufasa dying is significant and memorable, but Cindy is more iconic. McKenna votes for the Scar moment. Courtney and Kim vote for the Cinderella moment. And Kay is also agreeing with McKenna and is voting for the Scar moment and Mufasa moment. But Cinderella is the moment moving on.
Wow.
Kind of a shock.
I mean, I know. I don't disagree at all.
Yeah. It's fair. And then the one that Caitlin's been waiting for, which it might be underwhelming, it might not be, but it's on everybody's list for an iconic Disney moment. This was on every list I looked at and was very high up. And it is the Lady and the Tramp spaghetti scene.
Okay.
Which, again, not like a big wow one.
No, but for sure
was very high on lists. And for that era, like, this is, when you think of that movie, that's the moment.
Yeah. Even though, honestly, anytime you have spaghetti, I bet you 50% of the time you're thinking of that movie.
Yeah. I think also, I kind of look at this way, like, because this will be the end of this, like at the end here, but like, if you think of certain movies and you said, what's the most iconic moment, or like a moment from that movie, I think that some movies could go either way. I think that Lady and the Tramp every person would say the spaghetti like scene. I feel like that is in that movie, like, very clearly by far and away, like the moment. And I don't really think that many Disney movies have just one clear moment, but that's like the one. So for me, I think that Flying on the Carpet is awesome and is great at, like, and beautiful, but I think of a moment, it's the Lady and the Tramp spaghetti for me.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know.
It is
both of them. I feel like both of these are pretty like not like a regular person who doesn't really know Disney. Like, for some reason, you would still know like Lady and the Tramp, even though they probably never even watched the movie. They just like, know it. So like, it is pretty iconic.
And like, whenever people eat spaghetti, they say, "Or are you gonna Lady and the Tramp it?"
Yeah.
You know?
And I just think like a lot of these two, like because we can interpret this anyway. I think if you took like a still picture of a moment, this one is one that's very clearly like, there's the moment. I think a lot of other ones you would need context and be able to like explain like this is the moment, but that is like the moment.
Yeah.
You know?
All for Lady and the Tramp.
All that being said, I think there's a lot. Maybe not. Tacey votes for Lady and the Tramp. T Squiggle says Aladdin. Brianna votes for Lady and the Tramp. McKenna is maybe also voting for Lady and the Tramp because she said that's iconic. Kay votes Aladdin. Courtney votes Lady and the Tramp. And Austin votes for Aladdin.
Lady and the Tramp.
Lady and the Tramp, which means before we get to the final, this is the final on this side. Cinderella dress versus Lady and the Tramp. And now for me, it's
Cindy.
Yeah, Cinderella.
Me too.
Which, again, it's just, that is like, again, Lady and the Tramp moment is iconic, and I just like did a whole spiel, but this is a quintessential Disney moment, is the dress.
Yep.
Agree?
Yeah. It's kind of funny that Lady and the Tramp snuck in.
Well, and again, which
in for one little vote, and
which is unfortunate how it does that, but like I tried to consensus of all of the lists that I found, like looked at a bunch of lists, and Lady and the Tramp was like always a top 3 to 5 for people as iconic Disney moments, which is kind of crazy. But the Cinderella moment is all the votes right now in the chat. And as we come down to the very end, that means that the Cinderella dress transformation will go up against the tangled boat scene moment.
And you know what?
Yeah.
I am gonna put my personal aside and think, what would the average person, like, that's what I've been trying to do this whole time. What would the average person think is the most iconic out of those two? And I really do think it's the transformation, the Cinderella, like rags to riches, like the fairy godmother turning her into a beautiful princess ready to attend the ball.
That's fair.
That's tough.
I think on that logic, that would be the answer. I would agree. I
can't vote that way though.
I am voting that way. I will
Right.
vote for the Cinderella dress because I think in this, like, I think that the tangled lantern scene is beautiful and I love it. But if we then have to now at the end, because both of these are so different and like iconic Disney movie moment, her transforming into her dress is so like quintessential Disney.
Yeah.
That it's got to be that for me with
Yeah.
this.
That's tough.
It's tough.
I'm gonna wear my
No, like
I don't know, because I agree. And I feel like this whole time I have been voting because I even voted for Aladdin over Frozen, which is like crazy.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's like you got to put your personal aside of what you think versus unless you think that is like like the most iconic moment.
It's tough.
Well, it's tough because like I think I'm gonna vote for Tangled, but only because like if it was up against other, like again, I still think that in my head I think her losing the slipper is the most iconic part, so I'm gonna vote for Tangled. But that's why.
I love how McKenna says no, this is all personal.
I'm trying to play devil's advocate. I'm trying to be fair.
And then I don't know where it starts, but there's so again, maybe it's at K because McKenna said Cindy.
She said transformation for me.
Yeah, okay. So Cinderella, Brianna is down here, so it starts here. Tacey votes for Tangled, McKenna votes for Tangled, so does Brianna. Kay votes for the dress transformation. Kim votes for Tangled. T Squiggle votes for Cinderella. And then Brianna says that Cinderella is so iconic. However, I See the Light is so iconic so Disney, but that's iconic. So many lantern festivals that gained popularity because of it, and the perfect wedding song. So is that our moment? What's our moment?
It's close.
Very close. If there's any other votes, I know that we're kind of
any other votes in the chat. Send them now.
We've been going for a while, so
speak now or forever hold your peace.
Yeah.
Okay.
Courtney's voting Tangled.
It's done.
Ozzy, what are you voting?
Yeah, we'll see if he's gonna maybe sway it back the other way, but right now we're
I think regardless, like at the end of the day, they were all pretty freaking iconic moments.
Pretty iconic, and Austin seals it. And the most iconic Disney moment in our chat and our live tonight is the tangled boat lantern scene, which is crazy. I knew that it would be high up there. Some of them were more surprising to me than others that made it pretty far, you know?
That's what I mean. Like I really feel like the Mulan one, even the Lady and the Tramp one, it's like I feel like if they wouldn't have been buys, I feel like they wouldn't have made it as far as they did.
Agree.
Because I feel like the Beauty and the Beast scene would have made it further. I feel like the Scar scene would, even the like Simba scene would have made it further, I think.
Agree. So that's the bracket. We love a bracket. Thanks to you, Caitlin, for being here.
Oh, thanks for having me, guys.
And thanks to everyone who is here. We'll just do a quick little, you got to plug all this stuff. But Caitlin and Austin just got back from a Disney trip. So I want to say this. Everyone go check out Caitlin's channel for all the stuff to come, not just the Disney stuff, all of the stuff. Caitlin and Austin are the best, and I just love them so much. We both do. And just all the stuff that she films and puts out there is awesome and great. So go check out all the stuff over there. Pin unboxing. She went to the first ever pin event for herself down in Disney.
So fun.
Which is so cool. So there's lots to look forward to over there. There's a haul, I'm sure, coming soon, which is always the best. Like, I can't wait to see that and just all of this stuff and a whole recap. But on our end, our podcast is back for one of the where sometimes we take a break, sometimes we come back. We're all busy. Haley and Tommy are having babies, for those that don't know, so they're crazy. So again, the podcast is back bi-weekly, every 2 weeks now, like Caitlin and Austin do. We originally did every week, but it's just for all of us, it's a lot now. They're having babies and life's busy, so we gotta do every second week. So Monday's episode, which is in a couple days, is going to be a draft, and we're going to take all of the D23 announcements, which again, we're so late to this party and we were there, but we wanted to talk about it because we were there. But we're going to draft moments and announcements. All of us had 4 picks. We went around and we drafted moments to build a team of D23 announcements, movies, parks, all those kind of things. So that'll be coming on Monday. And then on our channel today, we posted a little cross-border haul with all the fall things over the border in Buffalo at Trader Joe's and all that stuff. We had a haul full of wet boxes that were pouring water because the cooler, for some reason, didn't stay cold, and it's just at the end.
When you were talking about that on the video when I was watching, that's exactly what happened to ours too. And it was disgusting. And then it all refreezes and all your boxes are gonna just be frozen.
But it's I don't get we literally had ice in there. It was in a cooler.
35 degrees out.
I know, but we opened up the cooler and the ice is all frozen still, and it's cold in there.
Yeah, I don't really know. The top of it was frozen, but then the bottom was all watery.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think we should have had ice at the bottom and the top.
Yeah, I guess you're right. But anyway, nonetheless, that's what's going on over there. We also have we still have a haul of Walt Disney World stuff from when I was down there, which is crazy that we haven't.
Oh my gosh.
We have some pins that we traded for. We have to do our pins of the month because everybody's been on us that we have these pins of the month from.
Because we want to do Halloween.
Whenever we're going to do Halloween pins, we'll do a whole Halloween pin collection, and we have to open some packages that came some little pin things. So there's lots to come. Wow. And then we have the pin event here in Hamilton soon, which makes us so. We were talking about this that it's actually so sad.
Yeah, unfortunately, I cannot attend the pin event this year or this event. So I'm brokenhearted. This is the first one I'll be missing.
It's so sad. So anyone who's in Canada and is in the area, there's 3 times a year in Hamilton, they have a pin Disney event. Other places too, but to us, we just always go to the Hamilton one. So come check it out there. But we thank you all for hanging out with us. Thanks, Caitlin, for hanging out. Stay tuned on Instagram because our next live will be what was supposed to be episode 50, the 50th live stream celebration bracket. That will be the next one, which will be episode 51. Which is all.
So this was the 50th episode.
Yeah.
Technically.
You were on it for 50 episodes, which is crazy. So here's to 50 more. Love it. We love you all. Can't wait for the next one. And we'll see you all very, very soon. Bye.